If you've been choosing between Pilates and strength training, you're accidentally making yourself weaker, and I can prove it. Look, this isn't about doing more workouts. It's about why the way most people train creates a false choice that leaves them either strong but tight, flexible but weak, and how that gap is exactly what's keeping you injured, tight, and underperforming in the activities you actually care about. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why your body needs both stabilizer work and prime mover strength in the same session, and how sequencing them intentionally is what actually makes you move better, perform stronger, and stay injury-free. If you've ever felt like you have to choose between feeling good in your body or actually getting stronger, if you're doing all the right things but still getting hurt or feeling tight when you play your sport, this is for you. We created Apparatix Plus at Fredericksburg Fitness Studio specifically for those clients who are tired of that trade-off. They wanted to move pain-free and get stronger. They didn't want to spend half their week in Pilates and half in the weight room. They wanted both done right in one intentional session. And what we found is that when you train stabilizers and prime movers together in the right sequence, the results are completely different than doing them separately. Most active adults come to us already training hard. They're in the gym, they're lifting, they're doing their sport, but they're either strong and tight or they've added mobility work, but now they feel like they're losing their strength. Here's what's actually happening. The problem is not that they're not working hard enough. The problem is that they're training these systems separately. So the body never learns how to integrate them. When you only do strength work, you're building prime movers without the stabilizer support. That's how you end up lifting heavy but feeling unstable under load. That's how you get hurt doing something you should be strong enough to do. Your nervous system is trying to produce force without the foundation to control the position, and eventually something gives. When you only do Pilates or mobility work, you're improving alignment and flexibility, but you're not challenging the body to produce force. So you feel good, but you're not actually getting stronger or more powerful. You're building range of motion without the strength to use it. This is the gap. And it's exactly why people come to us saying, I'm doing everything right, but I still feel like something's off. They're doing everything right. They're just doing it in isolation. And your body doesn't work in isolation. Your body doesn't compartmentalize the way most workout programs do. In real life, whether you're swinging a tennis racket, picking up your kid, or landing a jump, you need stabilizers and prime movers firing at the same time. Stabilizers control position. Prime movers produce force. If one system is weak, the other compensates. And that's where pain, tightness, and injury patterns show up. Your body will always find a way to complete the movement, even if it has to recruit the wrong muscles to do it. When we sequence apparatus, Pilates, and strength work in the same session, we're teaching the body to do what it actually needs to do in real life, which is stabilize and produce power simultaneously. We're not just making you stronger, we're making you stable under load. We're not just improving your mobility, we're giving you the strength to use that mobility. That's why clients tell us they feel more stable under load. They feel more powerful in their sport and less achy after workouts. It's not magic, it's biomechanics being trained the way the body actually functions. Most people never train this way because gyms don't have the equipment. The group classes cannot individualize it, and personal trainers are either Pilates focused or strength focused, but rarely both and almost never in an intentional integration. They are usually good at one or the other, but that integration piece, the sequencing that makes both systems work together, that's what's missing. Here's how Apparatix Plus actually works. Clients rotate through 6 stations total, 3 apparatus Pilates stations and 3 strength stations. This is not random. We're not just mixing Pilates and weights because it sounds cool. The sequencing matters. The Pilates stations target stabilizers, alignment, and control. So you're working on a reformer, a chair, or a tower, all tools that force your body to stabilize while moving through controlled ranges of motion. The strength stations challenge prime movers. So that's building power and loading the body progressively. So you're lifting, you're pressing, you're pulling to produce force. By rotating between the two, you're giving each system recovery time while challenging the other. That means you can work hard without frying your nervous system or overloading one muscle group. You're not crushing your legs for 45 minutes straight and then wondering why you can't walk the next day. This is also why clients don't leave feeling beat up. They leave feeling worked, but also supported. And that's the difference between a workout that breaks you down and one that actually builds you up. And because it's structured as a rotation, there's constant movement. You're never standing around waiting, but you're also never just grinding yourself into the ground. You're working, recovering, and that rhythm is what keeps the quality high and the risk low. One of the biggest fears people have with group classes is that no one's actually watching them. You're just one of many people following along. And if your form is off, no one catches it. That's how people get hurt. That's also how people plateau. They're moving, but they're not moving well. And no one's there to correct it. They're just repeating the same compensation patterns over and over, getting better at moving poorly. In Apparatix Plus, we cap it at 3 clients to 1 instructor. That means every single rep, every transition, every station, you're being coached. We're giving real-time form correction, scaling up or down based on what you need that day, and making sure you're progressing safely. If your rib cage is flaring on that reformer pull, we're catching it. If your shoulder is hiking on that overhead press, we're cueing you before it becomes a pattern. It's the best of both worlds. You get the energy and accountability of a group, but the personalized attention and coaching quality of one-on-one training. You're not paying personal training prices, but you're also not lost in a crowd. And because we are coaching actively the entire time, clients aren't just moving through exercises. They're learning how their body works. And that education piece is what makes this sustainable long term. You're not dependent on us forever. You're building body awareness that transfers into everything else you do. One of the questions we get all the time, is this for me? I'm not that advanced. Or I'm pretty strong already. Will this actually challenge me? The answer is yes, because we can scale every single station. If you're newer, coming off an injury, or dealing with pain or tightness, we can modify the load. We can change the range of motion, or even make it less complex. You're still doing the same workout structure, but at a level that's safe and appropriate for your body right now. Maybe you're using a lighter spring on the reformer, or maybe we are regressing the exercise to focus on position before we add load. Let's say you're more advanced. We can progress the load. We can add tempo challenges, or we can increase the demand on stability and control. You're going to get worked. That's the beauty of this format. It's not one size fits all, even though it's a group setting. Every client is working at the level that's right for them, and we are actively coaching them through it. This is also why clients stick with it long term. It grows with them. They're not outgrowing the class in 6 weeks. They're continuing to progress because we are continuing to challenge them appropriately. The class they take in month 1 is fundamentally similar structure as the class they take in month 12, but the way we load it, the way we challenge stability, the complexity of the movements, that's what evolves every single month with brand new programming. If this sounds like the kind of training you've been looking for, where you don't have to choose between feeling good and getting stronger, we'd love to have you try Apparatix Plus. You can book your first session at fbergfitness.com. We'll get you set up, walk you through the format, and show you exactly how this works for your body and your goals. A lot of clients come to us feeling tight, misaligned, weak, or all three. They've been training hard, but their body doesn't feel like it's working the way it should. They're lifting, they're moving, but something feels off. They can't pinpoint it, but they know it's there. What Apparatix Plus does is address all of that in one session. You're improving mobility through the Pilates work, reinforcing alignment and control, as well as building total body strength that actually transfers into real life. So when you walk out, you don't just feel tired, you're going to feel more stable. You feel stronger. You feel like your body is functioning the way it's supposed to. There's a difference between feeling destroyed and feeling challenged. Destroyed means you overdid it. Challenged means you did exactly what your body needed. And that's what we mean when we say this is not just a workout. It's training that improves how your body moves, how it produces force, and how it stays resilient under load. And that's the part that actually translates. Clients tell us all the time they feel better playing their sport, lifting their kids, going on hikes, even sitting at their desk. The workout is 1 hour, but the benefit shows up in every other hour of their life. That's the differentiator. We're not randomly combining Pilates and strength because it sounds cool. We're sequencing it in a way that supports the body, challenges it, and helps you progress safely so you can keep doing the things you love without pain, fear, or limitations. So, just to recap, if you've been bouncing between Pilates and strength training, or if you've been doing one and feeling like something's missing, now you know why. Your body needs both stabilizer work and prime mover strength trained in the same session in an intentional sequence. That's how you move pain-free, perform at your peak, and actually build strength that transfers into real life.